my name's Tilly and I was terrified to start a YouTube channel for 10 years. Oh my god, I can't believe, like, I googled this stat the other day because I wanted to know how many people became YouTubers. Turns out 90% of people that want to become YouTubers don't ever do it. So the YouTubers that are out there, they're only 10% of the people that want to be YouTubers. It's mental. For 10 years I was scared and I kept giving myself excuses, and 10 years is a long time, so I didn't have the same excuses as I evolved. The excuses and the fears grew with me, but they still followed me until I said enough was enough, I'm just gonna do it. And these fears weren't little fears, they were like, oh my god, if I post a video, I think it's going to get passed around to everyone I know, everyone's going to talk about it, no one's ever going to shut up about it, I'm going to get so bullied, because like when I first wanted to, I was still in school, it was just awful, so I ended up not doing it. And looking back, I do regret it, even though I understand why I didn't do it. I still have that regret that I didn't start sooner, but like, I'm not going to live in regret, you know, let's look to the future and all that. And I think one of my main problems was I'd compare myself to big YouTubers that, you know, maybe had a cameraman and editors. You know, I grew up in the YouTube era of, like, you know, James Charles, Tatty, Jeffree Star, all that malarkey going on. And they all had, like, full-on teams behind them. Like, even when they started, they did it on their own. But by the time I got to know them, they always had, like, a professional team in place. And that's the level of, like, quality that I was holding myself to, which is just ridiculous. Like, there's no need. You can just get, nowadays you can get your phone out and film, like, it's not that hard. And I think the, like, biggest thing holding me back, especially in recent years, was just my self-confidence. Like, I finally, you know, had the money, I had the time, it was the right time and all that, but I just didn't have the self-confidence I needed. And sadly, in my case, I wasn't able to fix that on my own with the whole body positivity movement. I just ended up getting surgery, and that's what fixed it. I had my nose done, and then I was like, right, well, there's nothing holding me back now. So, like, other than my fear of being judged from other people, but I'm 25, like, I don't need to be scared of other people. They don't pay my bills, they don't make me happy, like, so I just ended up doing it. And in saying that I finally got the courage to do it, like, I am doing it, clearly, hello, I'm here. Even if it's, like, still new and I'm new and all that, but, like, it's I still haven't had the courage personally to tell my friends or family or even my partner, which I live with. It's still this massive secret to me, and I don't even know why, because the people in my life are there because I want them to be there. Like, I no longer have to sit in math class next to a bunch of people that I don't like. I don't have that anymore. You know, I'm in charge of my own life, and I'm in charge of the people that are in it. And I'm still scared of telling those people that I know would be so proud and supportive, or just be like, yeah, that's great anyway, what we're having for dinner. Like, I don't know. I'm still scared though. It's still there because I've still not told those people. So I can't preach too much about being brave because I'm still scared at the heart of it, I suppose. And I think, other than keeping it a secret, the biggest challenge so far has been editing for me, like the technical side of it. Like, I'll film it on my camera or my phone, and then I'll upload it to CapCut, and it'll look great, but then for some reason when I export it, like, the colour tones change, and I'm still learning, but I'm not going to get better if I don't just do it. Even, like, I'm supposed to suck at first. You're not supposed to be great at everything you start. Like, people don't just become artists overnight because they picked up a pen. Like, it takes so much practice, and that's the same for this. It's just a bit different because you're really putting yourself out there, but gotta start somewhere. So I was a YouTube kid, and I grew up with YouTube. Like, that's what I would do when I came home from school, is I'd watch like 3, 4, 5 videos an evening of just like makeup tutorials, family vlogs, like just editing really. I just loved like the YouTubers' lifestyle. I just love watching them live their best life. I love watching them have fun, and I was like, oh my god, I want to be one of those people. But I just never did it, and at first the excuses were valid. From like 15 to 17, it was a case of I didn't have the money. And I didn't have a good phone, I didn't have a laptop, I didn't have access to anything like that. And I just didn't do it because of that, because I wasn't going to film on some flip phone and like upload it when people were using like DSLR cameras. I wasn't going to do that, so I don't regret not doing it then, because I genuinely didn't have the resources to do it. And then from 17 to like 19, I didn't have the time. I started to have the money, like I had a job, but I was just at school all the time because I knew what I wanted. I wanted to go to university, and I need to do that. I'd need to save up money to be able to like ship myself off, because I went to uni in the UK, and I'm not from the UK, I'm from France, so I had to pay pay for all that myself, and I knew I needed a grant to get it there, to get me there as well and maintain myself. So if I got like really good grades at school, I would get a grant from the government, the French government, who would pay me, they basically paid my rent for my entire time at uni. And I knew I wouldn't be able to go and do that if I didn't work hard at school. So from 17 to 19, that's what I was doing. I just had my head in the books, and I'm glad I did it, because if I hadn't, I probably wouldn't have gone on to go to school, because the French school system is just, ugh, no, not for me. And then from 19 to about like 24, 25-ish, that's when the excuse was kind of a bit more personal. It was just my self-confidence. I didn't like the way I looked. I just couldn't see past my nose. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I couldn't see the fact that I actually like my hair, and I like the rest of my face, and I like my body. I just could not see anything other than the few flaws that I thought I had, and I couldn't fix that on my own. I tried for years, but in the end I just like bit the bullet, and I went and had my nose done. And once that was done, I was like, right, you no longer have excuses. You've been to uni, you have your degree, you have a job, you have money, and you have time. And more importantly, you don't have to go to like, you know, French classes or Spanish and sit next to people who are going to snigger because you've just uploaded a YouTube video. I don't have that problem anymore. And I say I don't have that problem anymore. I do, because I still have a little bit of fear, and I haven't told those around me, but I'm working through it. And that's kind of the most important thing. I think you're never going to be 100% ready. You've just kind of got to throw yourself in it as soon as you can, and then let everything else just catch up when it does. And I think for me, the final straw that finally got me there was the fact that I was just happy. I had a good life, I have good friends, I have a good partner, I have a good job, I have a great family, and I just felt so loved, I guess, and was like, okay, I think I feel safe enough to do this, if that makes sense. Because it's quite a scary thing putting yourself out there on the internet in front of a bunch of strangers. Like, I suppose the way I see it is, if a video gets 50 views, which isn't a lot as far as YouTube goes, but if I was to fill a room with 50 people, that's a lot of people looking at my face, and that's quite scary. And I don't think I would have had the courage to do that personally if it wasn't for the fact that I've got a great support system, even though I still don't have the balls to tell them I've done it. And I wasn't going to wallow in regret anymore. Like, I was looking back and I was like, I could have done this years ago and I haven't, but I wasn't brave enough. But now I have no excuses, and I'm not going to continue to feel that way. Like, enough is enough. I'm going to do it because it makes me happy, and it does. I love it. I love doing it. I love filming. I love editing, even though it's hard. And I love watching like the comments and people, and actually like realizing, oh my god, this maybe has helped someone. I hope it has anyway. And it turns out all my fears were literally in my head. Like, the first video I uploaded, it got like 150 views, and you know what? I didn't die. Like, nothing happened. No one found out about it. Wasn't that big of a deal. It just happened. And once I did the first one, I did the second one, the third one, the fourth one, until now. And that's okay. Like, it's the beginning and it's still new, and I do want to make it something like professional eventually, but for now I'm just happy doing it because it makes me happy. And I think the takeaway from that for like anyone watching is, every YouTuber you've ever seen, whether it's a little channel like myself who's teeny tiny, or, you know, Mr. Beast himself, like, they've all been where you are now at least once in their life. The only difference in between them and you and me is the fact that they did it. And I think one simple thing, if it's something that you're looking to do, is just film a video. Film a video on your phone, even if it's not great quality. Use some free editing software, like CapCut's free unless you like use the pro stuff. And just practice. You don't need to upload it. And if you do want to practice like uploading it and stuff, upload it, but make it, you know, private, so that you can, you know, get used to writing your descriptions and your thumbnails and all that stuff. Just pretend. Literally just pretend. Like, nothing will happen, and at least you can say, I'm working towards it. I'm working on my fears. I'm working on my anxieties. And you're just doing it. Like, you'll get better. Practice makes perfect. You'll get better the more you do it, the more you'll get better. But if you don't do it, nothing's going to happen. So that's all for today. If you want to make a YouTube video, what's stopping you? Why are you not doing it? What's your biggest fear? Please comment down below. I'd love to hear like different people's situations, I suppose. And I want to help. Like, maybe your fears are completely rational. Maybe your fears are completely irrational. I'd love to say it. So if you want to watch a teeny tiny channel like myself hopefully grow, please do like and subscribe and follow along. Thanks for watching. Bye.